Hi, one SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. We are the Odds Couple. This is the college basketball Odds Couple over Monday, November 21st. Mike Brenner, this is one of these Mondays in college basketball with like 50 games. 12 of them just came up yesterday. Yeah. I mean, like 5 minutes ago.
Hey, I got to interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
I was just informed outside that it's like a year anniversary for you and I doing shows together.
Oh, very nice.
Hey,
very
I love
nice.
it. I think we
nice.
need to have a drink to that, Pistol Pete.
All right, let's try to give them some winners.
You can see how important special occasions are.
To honor this anniversary. Yeah, we got Monday, November 21st. I got a bunch of picks. None of them are going to involve the lines that just came out because, and some of those, in these tournaments that are like back to back to back can be some of the best lines, of the day.
How are you doing in college so far with your picks?
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, like 8-5, something like that.
But throw the record up.
Yeah, let's throw the record up. I got a couple of picks. The lines bounce all over the place. So and one of the picks I was going to give bounced about 5 points away from me, which is good because I'll get a better line here.
Was it on a total?
Yeah, the total. And so the point is that when we give these, when we do this show, the lines might be significantly different, or they might be the same.
Very well
Who
said.
knows? But they bounce around a lot. All right, Mike Brenner. Well, I guess you got an early game. So let's start with you.
Well, I got one early game. Okay. I like it. It's Oregon versus Georgetown.
4:30 Eastern. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 4:30 Eastern, and it's obviously they're playing in Hawaii, but this Dylan Brooks, all right, he's still not back, but they've been able to maintain without him, and I think they still can get it done. They'll have enough in the tank to get past the Hoyas. I think this line is definitely undervalued. I mean, definitely. All right, first half and a full game is what I want to pull the trigger on. Absolutely.
Right, so for Oregon, -9, -110.
Okay.
And that's interesting because the Greek and Pinnacle both seem to be leaning in your favor. The Greek has a 9.5. Pinnacle has 9 -115.
Okay.
The rest of the market has 9 -110. So that's a good sign. And then the first half for Oregon would be 5 -108.
That's what I was thinking, 5. So I really like it. I just think the experience, you're looking at a Georgetown team that's totally rebuilding as well. And they're pretty sloppy right now. Their turnovers are incredible, and Oregon's going to take advantage of that. So
all right, that sounds good. All right, you want me to give some?
Absolutely.
All right, the first one is kind of one of these totally minor games.
Oh, by the way, the dentist is here today.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
very
remember
nice.
that?
Yes,
that chick,
absolutely.
she was fine looking,
absolutely,
Pete.
Yeah, a lot of dentists here are, actually. All right,
that's
so
true.
I bet Southern Utah against Coastal Carolina. I got them at +10. It's now down to 9, so that's a good sign, I guess. I will give that one +9 -106 if this one lands on 9, or if it lands on 10.
Okay.
I'll be super pissed, but that's the way these college
I've never seen you
basketball
super
line
pissed.
moves go. I'm also thinking about giving the first half on that one, but I'll think about that one for a second. Another one that I'm going to give.
Small schools, large profit, baby.
This is an interesting one. Now, big matchup, Colorado and Oklahoma State.
That's a great
That's
one.
an interesting game, and actually I think I am seeing an edge. Obviously, Oklahoma State's still great, but they haven't played anyone yet.
Wait a minute. Aren't they playing UConn?
Yeah, Oklahoma State and UConn.
You said Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't know where that came
You
from.
had you've been crunching too many numbers this weekend, Pistol Pete.
No, but,
Dennis, I told you to go over there and pull them out of the damn house.
So Oklahoma State has looked great, but they haven't really played anyone. Of course, UConn has been really notably bad. They're banged. They have some injuries, and they've had some kind of embarrassing performances so far. But my play on this one is going to be on the total, and this is the one that moved. I bet it at...
That moved 5, huh?
Yeah, I bet it at... I think I got it at like 147.5 or 149.5.
Okay.
Now it's up to 154.5.
Wow.
Huge move to the over, but I'm liking the under here.
Okay.
So I'm going to give under 154.5, and that'll be a -108.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm also going to give the first half under. I think.
Okay.
I mean, it's UConn tends to play a little bit higher scoring in the first half than normal, but let me just check what the line is. Yeah, it's up to 73.
I've dug into this game too because I got a call on that, so I like your take on that.
I'm taking under 73 -108 in the first half as well. I bet that one I bet this. For people who think that we just like make up the beating the line moves that I say that I did, I bet the first half under at 69.5. Now it's up to 73.
See, that's a perfect example.
Christ.
Yeah, you can't. You can't make that shit up. I love it.
I bet you 69.5 wins.
See, to get that edge though, Pete, I promise you have to do what you do, and that's why you stay gone so far.
I bet you 69.5 cashes. Anyway, all right. So, Mike Brenner, you said you have a call in that game?
I sure do. I like what's going on Oklahoma State. New coach Brad Underwood. He's got these guys opened up already. A fast offense, but what I've read is a player said they're just let them. They're free. They feel free and they're having fun. All right, they're dangerous. They scored over 100 points already in 3 games. All right, UConn. Kevin Ollie said it. They're banged up and it's going to take them some time. He said to get this motor cranked up. So with that being said, I love it. Phil Forte, the senior. This kid's clicking on all cylinders for Oklahoma State. He's going to be a high draft pick, averaging 23 points. All right, 6 assists and 3 steals a game. I love it. I want the first half and the full game, Pistol Pete. For Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
Absolutely.
The full game would be minus Well, let's see. You want -3.5, -110, or -4, -102?
No, I'll take the 3.5.
3.5 -110. That's a Bet Online Sports Betting.
And I'm probably getting 2.5 if it's still hanging there.
First half, let's see.
It was
for Oklahoma State, the first half would be 2 -101 at Pinnacle. Nice.
I love it, and they've started out early. And Pete, when I got into this industry, the first thing I found my niche on was first halves. All right, and Oklahoma State was the very, very first play I ever put out when I was selling to my clients, right? It was -4, and they were up by 18, and I'll never forget that. So tonight, Oklahoma State's going to revisit the memories of Brenner. We're going to get it done.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'll give another pick here, similar to the one that I gave before, Bucknell and Vanderbilt.
Jesus,
I'm going to take the under on that one. It was 147.5. Bucknell coach. I don't remember the guy's name. I'm going to take the Greek is still hanging 148, so I'll take the Greek under 148 -110. And then the first half, I could have 70 at the Chris books. Okay, I'll take the first half under 70.
Okay.
Bucknell and Vanderbilt. Okay.
Hey, Pete, so far, it's early in the season. What's your feel for total so far? Are the lines sharp, or are they pretty?
It's about the same as always. There's a lot of movement and if you noticed, the picks that two of the totals that I gave, I think it was, I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, both of them moved significantly against me, but they wound up cashing. So these totals movements are all over the place. In general, I like to beat the moves, but like I said, the Yukon line move, I'm still okay with it, and I'm actually not super upset about the bet that I have so far. Obviously, which I waited, but So let's see. Is there another pick you want to give Mike Brenner?
Yeah, there is. I'm going with a full game on this. All right. I like what Avery Johnson's doing at Alabama. It's his second year. Last year, what they lacked was an outside game. Now they have that, and I really think that Valpo, who is also, they're under a new coach because Bryce Drew moved on. All right, this is going to be a test for them, and I just think Alabama's too big underneath. They're really too big underneath. They're going to beat them on the boards, and now that they have a weapon from firing outside, I think Avery Johnson's going to get it done today. I'm just going to go with the full game. Give me the best shop line, Pistol Pete.
For Alabama, let's see. Alabama,
roll Tide, roll, baby. There's one for you, Jay.
Alabama minus 2.5, minus 105.
Still 2.5.
Minus 105.
I love it. Any thoughts on that?
I didn't look into that one yet, but Valparaiso had a bad loss recently, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah. And then I got one other play, but I'll wait until you. I want to see what else you got.
All right, give your other play, and then I'll let
Pistol.
You know
this is going to be a 3-team 6-point teaser. Now in college, it's what's the better
same
one?
Same deal.
I'm saying, isn't there one book? What book do you want to use for that?
For this one, but use Bet Online.
Bet Online. Here we go. Okay, I want to go with Oregon.
I'm not going to look for
no problem. I'm just going to put them out. Oregon, Oklahoma State, and Alabama. They're my 3 games I'm using anyway. So that's what I'm going to use on a 3-team 6-point teaser. And Pete, I feel really, really good about this slate today and what I've picked. I think it's a ticket cash a day because you got a lot of right now tournaments going on in Hawaii and New York. So there's really no per se home court advantage. So I think the the experience and the veteran leadership as far as on the team with seniors and juniors in the lineup is going to make the difference today. So I like it.
All right, sounds good, Mike Brenner. All right, and I'll just throw on a couple others that I was I bet that I'm leaning on. South Dakota State and Idaho, the first half under, which is a 66.5.
Didn't you use Idaho already this year? Earlier,
but under first half, which would be under 66.5, I believe, and then I'll also throw the full game under on that one as well.
What's that at?
I think it's about 141 or so.
Okay,
and then let's see, and then the other one I'm liking, Belmont and Florida. Now, Belmont can be an explosive, a high-scoring team with all their 3-pointers they take, but Florida clamps on defense, and I will take definitely the full game under on that one.
I saw a couple guys liking Belmont today to get the outright win in that. And I know you're lucky,
but I'm just liking the under there. 153.5.
Yeah, Florida's back to that defense. They can't get away from that.
Yeah, and then I will throw on the first half under as well. So what the hell? I'll put
what the hell? Why not? Yeah, it's almost Thanksgiving. You believe it's Thanksgiving this week, Pete?
That's true.
What are you doing for Turkey Day?
Probably.
Would you want to come to my house? Will you think about it?
Definitely, I'm going to be capping the NBA, the NFL games, and
you're not. You got Pete. Seriously, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. You have got to break away. Come to Brenner's.
Handicapping is play for me, though.
Will you come to Brenner's? You can handicap from my house. Just eat some turkey. My wife makes a great turkey. She's from Columbia.
Yeah, maybe. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, talk about it later. Famous answer, Dennis. I just put them on Front Street.
All right. Yeah, there's a bunch of. I mean, I could give like 8 or 10 or 12 or 15 more totals,
that's
but I'll just stick with what I've given so far. Hopefully, I'll come out a positive units. And Mike Brenner, I guess that's about it, right?
Let's get it done.
All right,
buddy.
maybe we'll be back tomorrow for the Tuesday college basketball card. We'll see.
That's right, guys. And click on the logo and sign up at SPR.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.